Welcome back. We're 4 weeks into the NFL season, and 3 teams still remain undefeated. I'm joined at the desk by our NFL experts, Matt and Ellie Whittington, to discuss whether the remaining undefeated teams are contenders or pretenders. So let's start with the defending Super Bowl champions. Matt, what are they?
Well, I got to say the Broncos are contenders, and exactly what you said, they are the defending Super Bowl champs. And you look at the team from last year, 2 main losses: Peyton Manning, Brock Osweiler. But they didn't produce that much anyway last year. Their defense is basically intact. They got C.D. Anderson, Devontae Booker in the backfield. They are strong. They are built for another postseason run this year.
Peyton Manning did not contribute to the Broncos.
He was throwing 40 yards and 3 interceptions a game. Yes, he won the Super Bowl. Yes, he's going to be a first-ballot Hall of Famer. What did he do?
I think the Broncos are pretenders because maybe Peyton Manning didn't contribute that much, if that's what you're saying. But he has experience. And a new quarterback can only stay on top for so long. They have to fall. I mean, we've seen that continually over and over.
But what about Osweiler? Was their starter for most of the year anyway? He didn't have experience.
But they don't have him anymore, correct?
But what's the difference between him and Simeon or Paxton Lynch?
Because he's the quarterback. The quarterback runs the team.
The quarterback situation is not as important, I think, on that team as the defense. Their defense is still amazing. I think they're still contenders. Let's move to the Philadelphia Eagles. Ellie, what do you think?
I'm going with contenders. Their first couple of weeks were not really tough games, and they did win, but I think the biggest win is against the Steelers. The Steelers are not a bad football team, and they blew them out of the water. The Steelers scored a field goal.
I think it was a fluke. I think play them again next week, won't happen. 2014, Eagles started 3-0, just like this year. You know where they finished? 10-6, out of the playoffs. I see that happening again.
I don't see them going 16-0, but I still think they're a good football team.
Yeah, I really don't think that was a fluke because in every other game the Steelers have looked good. So I think that was some good Eagles football.
Don't get me wrong, Carson Wentz looks good.
He does look good.
But he's a rookie. Ask me in 5 weeks. We'll see how he's doing.
But you said the same exact thing about the Broncos.
I do think they could be contenders.
Defense.
Moving on to maybe one of the most surprising, the Minnesota Vikings. Matt, what do you think about them?
I think they are contenders. They got Stephon Diggs. Obviously losing Adrian Peterson, Teddy Bridgewater are huge losses. But you got Sam Bradford is doing surprisingly well. He did earn that Heisman in college. I think he can get it done. And don't even get it started on the defense. They have the #1 defense in the NFL. That's ahead of the Broncos, ahead of the Seahawks. They're ready. They can do it.
I'm going with pretenders. I think there may be a little secret to this new Viking stadium. I mean, there's definitely a fan base, so I go with that. Yeah, I think there's some magic there. Something's going on in Minnesota. But I am going to say pretenders because, like you said, Adrian Peterson is out. They have some very valuable players. Against the Panthers a couple weeks ago, they definitely should have lost that game, I think. But you said there's a strong defense, but will that keep up continually? I don't think so.
Yeah, defense wins championships. They've shut down Aaron Rodgers, Cam Newton, now Eli Manning. I think they could be there in January.
Wait till Peterson gets back. Whole new game.
Well, that's all the time we have for football, but don't go anywhere. Evan will be right back with a little NBA preview.